All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. It is Sofia Mast versus David Matlock, and I'm joined by the very talented and knowledgeable Miss Amy Beecham. Amy, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm wonderful. The shootouts, it's blasting along. We've seen some good matches. You've been sitting front row, huh?
Yeah, I've watched every match so far.
It's been pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
The first match with Shane and Ricky was an absolute nail biter.
Yeah.
It was a little heartbreaking for Shane Thompson because he just had one mistake that really cost him the match. But
yeah, I thought it's probably going to sound a bit harsh, but Shane might have played the clock a little bit better in that final frame. He maybe had to put one more ball, and then Ricky wouldn't have had time for the counter clearance.
Yeah.
Guarantee himself a shootout. But tough out there.
Yeah. Hard to think about that in the arena. It's easy for us to see it on the outside, but yeah.
Yeah, but obviously Shane's quite experienced in the situation, but...
So here, probably what's considered the best bar table player in the country for a very long time. He was considered that, Mr. David Matlock, against the now junior world champion in Sofia Mast.
And this has been a phenomenal start so far. The break was incredible. Took on the tough first shot and looks like she's going to run the frame.
Something you see with some females and some juniors is they don't always have the power push into the break. And so Sofia, being a female and a junior, her break was actually really well. So she's clearly put into some work and learned how to break correctly.
Yeah. And it's such a big part of the game. And I think what it's like here in the US, I don't know, but certainly in the UK in the women's game, a lot of players don't work on the break enough.
He came back for another dose. He was in our second shootout in Kansas City and wanted to come back for another. Watch out, 8-ball.
Yeah, golden.
Oh, wow, golden break.
Second one today?
That's the second one today. And David Matlock doesn't even realize. It tends to happen like that. Well, that was interesting there. He's excited for that. He didn't have to work near as hard as Sofia did.
No.
You watch the 8-ball just take a nice little line into the side pocket. This format, this shootout, it's not for the players. It's for the fans. And you know, as much as the players enjoy it, there's some rules that maybe the pros don't like.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's a whole lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And the same for I don't think we've seen one yet, but I'm in the UK, it's 6 red, so here, like a 6-ball shootout. I absolutely can't stand it as a player.
Yeah.
But to watch, it's
fun
exciting.
To watch. You don't want to be involved in it.
It is horrific to play, absolutely.
So where I'm from, when Ultimate came out, and so they were coming to the USA, and we were getting ready to do the Louisiana Open, my local pool hall ran multiple Ultimate pool tournaments, and using the 30-minute match timer and the 15-second shot clock and the 6 red shootout, or 6-ball shootout here. So it was a lot of fun. It was very nerve-wracking. We saw people do the 6-ball shootout in unique ways because none of us had ever done it. We never really seen it done.
Yeah.
So now, when you look at what we do over there, we do still do Ultimate pool tournaments on a local scale, and the 6-ball times are getting better and better and better. So
yeah, I mean, some of the pros in the UK now that practice it relentlessly, you know, regularly get under 20 seconds. You know, but it's so much about the break. Yeah,
and I talked with Shane Thompson and Cleve Thompson both. I think they're both of the understanding that we believe the 6-ball shootout is a little more difficult here because of the size of the balls, and the break is a little bit harder to control the white. So we think we're all in agreement that the standard of time is about 22 in Europe.
Yeah.
I think the standard of time here is probably 24, 26. But we haven't seen too many of them, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, and as the format grows, if it takes off and gets more and more popular, people get better at it, and the times will get quicker.
Sofia here is just really playing well.
She's just decided to not miss.
Yeah. At this point, Matlock is really hoping he gets another 8 on the break. And so this is just proof of that. And of course, Sofia being such a well-mannered person. It doesn't matter if she's a female. It doesn't matter if she's a minor. She's a well-mannered person. She's full of life. She loves the game, and that's the kind of people that we want to see in these situations with the shootout, is people who enjoy the game and play it at a high level.
Yeah.
Dave here has got a pretty good layout. The 6 ball might be his only tough shot, and it looks like he's going to try and move that 10 here. And he did. He doesn't want to bump the 1 in. Can he make the 1 on this side?
Yeah, I think so. It's about getting the white out though, isn't it?
Yeah,
you can put behind off the rail. Yeah.
And he's good at that. The 6 ball is now the issue. What do you do here against a Sofia Mast that is yet to miss a ball?
Well, you have to go. These rules mean you have to go aggressive. There's absolutely no point laying up when you're so far behind in terms of numbers of balls on the table. You have to try something.
Well, that was a phenomenal shot.
Yeah. Has he come a little straight?
Yeah, I think he definitely wants more angle. Yeah, I definitely think he wants more angle. Look at this. Balls moving everywhere. And Sofia here has a really good opportunity to go up 3-1. You know, we talk about pace of play. I think probably the benchmark is Mr. Chris Melling or Jordan Shepard.
Can you say that's a benchmark though?
Well, as far as fast play.
Yeah, I mean, both of those guys could probably play on a 10-second shot clock the whole time.
Oh, I'm sure.
The benchmark for us mortals is probably a little bit longer than that, I think.
Well, let's say the bar for playing quickly is definitely set up there by Chris Melling and Jordan Shepard, but Sofia Mast maybe trying to give them a run for their money because she's playing through this rack pretty quickly.
Yeah.
She's taking the time when she needs to, but she gets right down to business.
What's the shot here? Do you play into?
I personally am gonna play it to play for the 15,
and come
but
back
I
up.
don't have the touch for that shot that she just played. It's very hard to hold that ball. I would have come around and given myself a little angle
and just played with the room.
And just drawn back.
Yeah, okay.
But this might work out for if she can keep her cue ball straight and not run into the 6. She needs a little bit more pace.
Gap? No, maybe not.
If she has a gap, she's got a cross side pocket shot. If the gap is there, I don't know if it is. No, she's going to kick at it.
Kick into the side.
Oh, she could get a little fortunate here. I don't think he can see the whole of either one of those balls.
Down pretty quickly, though.
Oh, he's playing the safe. Oh, and he just rolled out. So if you're not familiar with international 8-ball rules, there are no jump cues. You cannot play a jump shot. So it's a little different than what's been common in the U.S. for the last couple of years, but I personally think it makes it more exciting. Uh-oh.
I think that was tough to get the action on the white and remain accurate, I think. But again, had a little bit of a... We have to play it safe again here.
I think he'll probably bank at it and play it slow. Well,
the thing I don't like about this is I think a top player will expect to make this ball top rail.
Yeah, and I actually like her to play safe on this.
Safe.
Yeah. Cue ball off the side rail to just come in behind the 8 ball. I mean, it's hard to tell in this format because it is an aggressive format. She may try and back bank it to the corner where she's at. I actually expected Dave to really punch that and try and make it across side and leave the cue ball in the same position.
2 in 1.
She gonna get a little fortunate? No. But she might get a little fortunate on the cueing because Dave's gonna have to. I don't know if he can get a clean bridge on this. Makes the shot a little tougher when you have to go over the ball. He's able to get to the side of it. He should be okay. And that's that experience factor that Dave has. Used a lot of the table on that shot, but slick cloth allows you to do that, and this is 2-2. I think because we did commentary on that one.
Yeah, but it feels like a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I don't remember. I know Dave, when Dave played, I think he may have struggled a little.
Okay.
But, don't hold me to that.
No, I don't remember.
I think we'll get to find out.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really nice to see Sofia in the shootout. She made a comment on Facebook just a couple days ago, and she said, I might be the underdog, but I'm going to give it my best.
Yeah.
And so her heart is just, it's so cool to see her put that out there and be the love of the game really carries her.
Yeah, and I think that the format can be a leveler. It's a short race. People do feel it out there. And there are a lot, I don't know if it's similar in the US, I imagine it is in the UK. You get a lot of guys that don't like playing women.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have that problem because of who I've kind of played with. My wife plays pool.
Yeah.
So I've never had that issue, but I know that it is an issue for some people. Same thing with playing a junior player.
Yeah.
So can definitely change the game. Dave's probably had enough experience with playing any player out there that it probably doesn't affect him a whole lot, but you never know. Again, like you said, short race, time, shot clock.
And Sofia has to be in a great place after winning last weekend. And,
she's probably on cloud 9.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw from the first couple of racks that she's more than capable. If she gets the chances, she's going to take them.
More than capable and in the mindset to be able to do so.
Yeah.
And that's a dangerous combination if she can work things out on the table. It seems like mentally she's in the perfect spot to really play some of her best pool. So. But it's a tall order.
Yeah.
Against Dave Matlock. So much experience on the bar box.
But I think, for me, if the mentality is, so for me, especially playing in the Open and for Sofia, you want to play, if you're going to be in it, give me the biggest names. One opportunity? Maybe?
Yeah, he had a tough couple breaks. He had a chance to get out on the table, but everything was kind of crazy. So, yeah, I mean, I feel a little for him because he really could have. And I know for a fact that had he gotten a few more opportunities, he would have
settled.
He really would have just enjoyed the experience of playing on the TV table against Chris Melling in a tough format. It would have really been something that he loved, and as an experience. And I hope he still got what he wanted out of it, being that Chris did play really phenomenal.
He's just a joke, isn't he? In the nicest possible way.
Chris is a great guy, and but yeah, he's a joke.
Yeah. What was today the first time you've seen Tom play?
I've seen Tyrell play several times actually. So we actually did a mini tournament on Wednesday, and he did really well in that. He won it. He beat Tom Cousins.
Okay.
It wasn't 8-ball, and we know 8-ball is a totally different game.
Yeah.
But he travels kind of all over. Look at this shot by Dave.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's taken these. These looked awkward at the start, but.
Wow, that's a really big rack there because the solids were a little rough, but Dave Matlock's gonna take and extend his lead.
Yeah.
Because
if he didn't already, I'm sure he did already.
Yeah.
I mean, Sofia's break has been outrageous.
Oh yeah, she's got such a good break.
Yeah.
Did you play her in the Open or in the women's?
No.
You played her opponent.
Lulu.
Lulu, yeah. Sofia, of course, Kansas City Open Ladies Champion, topping Lulu Kibaroglu, Turkish player. She really enjoyed the format. Had a tough time on the TV table against Sofia. That's Sofia back to try and defend her championship. I'm sure you wouldn't mind seeing Sofia in the TV table arena for the finals of the women's.
I'd just like to play her, whether it's out there or not. I do think we're in different halves, though.
Are you?
I think, but obviously it's double eliminator, so anything can happen.
You said, if you're in a tournament, you want to play the best.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think Sofia probably feels the same about you. She knows who you are, and she knows how you play, so. I'm glad to just see you back here, though. Yeah,
I mean, look, Kansas City for me was the first time I've ever played this American pool, really. And I loved it, so I will. Unfortunately, can't make the next event in November, but certainly next year I'm going to try and be out here as much as possible. That as much as work will allow.
Yeah, and I'm sure. I don't know if they've locked anything down yet, but I'm sure we'll get a location of our next event. I think the discussion is November, but I don't know if anything's set in stone yet.
No, I mean, I don't know anything other than the rumours that I've heard November. I mean, it's just a month that's impossible for me.
I think all the players kind of want that last event right before Christmas. It's always fun to get one more in, so we'll see what comes up. Hopefully you can make it. If not, I'm sure we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
And Sofia here, this is good stuff. I mean, she didn't have to do anything too crazy.
No, but I mean, she's won 3 frames and they've all been from the break, so.
Yeah, consistent.
Yeah.
My only thought process is you don't want to put that extra pressure on yourself if you get a tough layout.
No, of course not.
When your opponent's on the hill.
You don't ever want to be down.
Yeah.
But you have to, frame it positively, I think, in your mind while you're out there.
And the good thing with Sofia.
And this break, look at this break, it's horrific.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's tough. It's going to be a nightmare. So we're probably definitely getting to the 15-second shot clock here.
Yeah.
I think for Sofia, she's so good mentally that I think she's probably sitting in that chair. She's probably just waiting for an opportunity to get to the table, and all she's going to be thinking about is the ball ahead of her.
Yeah.
So that's always good to know. A little bit about her mind frame, and I've seen her play enough that I know that that's how she's feeling.
Do we expect, though, in this sort of frame for David to have quite a big advantage tactically? Just for experience?
I wouldn't think so, because although David does have some years on her, and he's probably played a lot more and been in more situations, I think her experience at the age she's at has been high-level play.
Yeah. The rule set as well, potentially. I think the tactics of this rule set specifically.
And David's a little bit more of that old school. He's the situation where back in different rules, he might play an intentional foul.
Yeah,
Can't do that here. So it's one of those situations where sometimes the way he would have played, maybe this rule set doesn't allow. So he's got to change things up. Whereas Sofia probably does feel a little bit more comfortable in the rule set.
Yeah, fair.
But it's definitely going to be a tactical battle here. She made a great shot there.
Yeah.
It's a little scary on the side pocket, but she made a great shot. I don't know if I like making balls from here.
No, in these rules, generally, it tactically can be almost as simple as having more balls on the table to maneuver.
Rather than making these balls, maybe move a ball towards a hole that doesn't have a hole.
Yeah, or try to play the loss of turn to get rid of the solid that's over the middle, so David has less to maneuver with.
Take his 5 ball out.
Yeah. Because that is a ball he can potentially develop balls
And
with.
if I'm thinking correctly, I don't think he's supposed to shoot at this 5 ball. I think he's supposed to leave it there for an opportunity. And yeah, he sees that too. I'd be surprised if he did. Well, he took the 1 ball. Watch out, cue ball.
Yeah, sensible.
And I think the only situation, so you asked me just a second ago the same question, I think in the situation where Sofia should be maybe taking some of his easier balls out of play, I think he might have the advantage there. But she did play smart here because she's forcing him to take that 5 ball, I believe.
Yeah. Or even just nudging her ball out while his are still safe. Is he going aggressive? No. Okay. Good shot.
Oh, and that was a good shot there.
However, it's an easy layup, isn't it?
Yeah, and our referee, Mr. Mark Goff, really good at what he does.
Absolutely,
he's going to make the call. I think it's a touching ball. Watch out, cue ball. Big
Slightly
pocket.
surprised at that shot. Could she not have just laid in behind the ball she was touching or almost touching?
I'm not sure. So that's going to be one of those rules that maybe the players aren't too familiar with as far as the touching ball.
Okay, but there was a gap to the cushion is what I'm saying. Is if it was touching, you could play it into the cushion and back behind the ball.
Just tap it.
Trust your touch.
Yeah. She definitely could have done that, but I'm not sure it was in her repertoire as to, hey, this is maybe what I should do, because I'm not sure she knows the touching ball rule.
Because obviously, David, if he snookers, still has to hit a rail in these rules, so he's probably got to disturb something.
Yeah. I think that would have been the play, and that's where the experience might hurt Sofia a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's less table experience and more experience of the rules.
Yeah. He's taken these really well so far.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be on the hill after this shot. If it goes down, yeah, he's lined himself up pretty well. He's got a little bit of an angle.
Does it go in the right bottom corner?
I don't think it does, but
okay, just play it out. Played it out.
He's going to have this. It's a favor to make it.
Yeah.
Good shot. The important thing is Sofia needs to make a ball and have a shot.
First dry break.
Always seems to happen like that, doesn't
I
it?
think these solids look good too, don't they?
Yeah. First shot was probably his biggest issue, and wasn't really an issue.
No. This is the sort of finish you want on 15 seconds.
Yeah.
One you don't have to think about.
I don't really like going into that ball there.
He needed some angle though, didn't he?
Yeah. And he's really...
Has he come out far enough? Does the red go?
I think it does. I think he can punch it in. You got to watch for the clip on the 6. If it clips the 6, it might not go.
Yeah, it was tight, wasn't it?
I think... So this is something that happens with players who've never played on a 30-second shot clock. They rush really quickly. They don't realize how long 30 seconds is.
Absolutely.
I think we're seeing the same thing on a faster time shot clock, because he had 9, 8 seconds.
Yeah, I think he also still had his extension, did he?
Yeah. I think he's in the mindset as 15 seconds is boom.
Yeah, and I mean, understandable, because maybe this is what his second time in a tournament with 15 seconds. My first 10 attempts at playing 15 seconds were all horrific, because you almost get into the mindset that you want to be hitting the ball before the beeps.
Yeah.
When you get used to hearing the beeps and almost can use that as a guide, you get a lot stronger on the shot clock. But if you're wanting to play before the beeps like I was when I first started, you get less than 10 seconds.
Yeah. And this is something that Sofia will have an advantage on Dave on, is that she has played that call extension.
Yeah.
She's used to, calling that extension. She's used to playing under a shot clock. Maybe not as strict as a 15, but she's used to that. So she has a little bit of an advantage there. Played a good shot.
Yeah, bounce.
Needs a big bounce, just so she can hold the cue ball easy.
That's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So now she just needs to take her time, what time she can take.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
I think, she can cut this and go back and forth.
Where does the 8 go? It doesn't go in either corner, does it?
I'm shooting it off the 6 ball.
Right, okay.
Yeah. It's a huge pocket.
Yeah, sure. A little clip would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Tiny little thin clip.
It's going to make it a little bit tougher, but I think any touch on the 6 makes this 8 ball go in. Oh, she's going to bank it. And she's going to block his pocket. Maybe she didn't like the touch.
I think the cue ball may be tough.
Yeah, on the rail and all that.
Yeah.
Plus her cue ball may be going towards the side pocket.
Because I think if it did cut in, she'd have had no... she'd have played it, because I remember the 8 she cut in the women's final.
Oh, look at this shot by Dave. Oh, wow. I can't tell if that ball's on the point hooked.
It's fine. Shot.
Well, when you talk about a finish, that's going to be a great finish right there.
Absolutely, but maybe a little bit madness to go for it rather than play safe.
Yeah, but
it worked.
We talked about this format being an aggressive format.
Yeah, great match though from both.
Absolutely, that was a very aggressive finish. Amy, thank you so much for joining me. We'll get a word with David Matlock here in just a minute. Ultimate Pool USA and the Colorado Shootout. We'll be right back.